Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video I would like to talk about Tomorrow by Together's Runaway, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of both the lyrics and the music video. Runaway is a song that deals with the desire to escape the sadness and pain of reality to reach a place where you can live happily and freely. The themes of friendship and belonging are very important here, and in the music video we see the boys trying to run away from the problems of their life as we follow them into a wonderful adventure full of magic and mystery. There's a lot to unpack here. We see a lot of fire, a lot of water, a lot of socks, but what does it all mean? And how does it connect to the star storyline of the previous MVs? Well, let's take a look. At the beginning, the video introduces the boys in individual scenes that clue us in on what is about to happen. While Taeyeon listens to his own album because it's awesome, the other members are paired according to two different types of symbolism. We have Byeeee and Hyunin Kai drawing lines, and Subin and Yeonjun associated with doors. While the door obviously represents a gateway or passage between the real world and the magical one, the lines are something that come up over and over again throughout the MV, and they represent the single sides of the pentagons we see in this shot here. The pentagon is a shape with heavy magical symbolism, and in the MV we see it containing a compass. If we look at the lines as a representation of each member, then this means that their connection gives them direction. By now, it's pretty obvious that all of them are magical in some way, but only together they are able to access their power fully, and this is because their power comes from the same source. The star. The star is the catalyst of their magic and what put them together in the first place. And even if in Runaway it seems absent, it's much more important than you think. In order to understand why, however, we have to go back to the lines first, because the line is a symbol that is also mentioned in Magic Island, which is a song that in turn is referenced in Runaway. Right off the bat, this is very telling, because these notes connect the different songs into a coherent storyline. In Magic Island, the starting line of their journey is the island itself, the place where promises and secrets began. And even if we didn't realize it, we already visited this island in the Nap of a Star music video. This is where it all began and where they are planning to escape. It's their forever place, the source of their magic and the location that represents their friendship and happiness. Now, this is all fun and games, but how does Runaway actually connect to Nap of a Star? Is it a prequel? Is it a sequel? Well, actually, it's both. Let me explain. In Nap of a Star, the story is divided into two timelines. At the beginning, we see the boys as children playing happily under the light of the star. In the story, the boys and the star make a promise to stay together forever, but then the boys grow up and get separated. They forget about the promise, and that's what leads them to trouble. Forgetting your roots implies forgetting your identity, and if you forget who you are, then it's easier for others to decide it for themselves, which is what we see happening in Crown and in the second half of Nap of a Star. In the story, Yeonjun is scared of becoming a monster because of the horns. But when he is reunited with the others, he remembers who he is and his horns turn into a crown. If you look closely, in the story, a time frame is missing. In Nap of a Star, we didn't get to see what happened between childhood and adulthood, and this is exactly where Runaway comes into play. The song opens by expressing a feeling of sadness and dissatisfaction. The boys here try to be happy but feel like crying, and that's because they need each other to be complete. This is the part of the story where they are separated. They might have forgotten the promise, but they didn't forget each other. And the lyrics continue by vocalizing their desire to reach platform 9 3/4 and run away. This is important because the reference to Harry Potter implies that they are aware their magic is real. But why? Didn't Nap of a Star say that they forgot? Well, the answer lies in Taeyeon, who, as it turns out, does much more than listen to his own music. If you look closely, in the MV, he is the only one who constantly looks at the camera during the plot-related scenes. And this is because, as Nap of a Star shows, he has the sight. If the boys' connection creates a compass, Taeyeon is the needle in this scenario. His role is to give direction to the rest of the group, because he remembers everything and is working to get the others to remember as well. If you think that this is a reach, let's take a look at the MV. At first, everything seems normal. Then Taeyeon closes his eyes and the magic begins. This is him channeling his powers, him reaching out to the star in his eye in order to help the others fulfill their destiny. This is also why at the end he is the only one who finds the little monster. He is aware of what is going to happen because his connection to the star is stronger. This is not to say that it's not the same for the others. As I mentioned earlier, the star doesn't appear in the video, but it's referenced in the choreography, which is something that shows us that even if they don't know yet, the star is inside of them. This idea is also conveyed at the beginning, where we see that things are suspicious even before they get magical. In the video, we see Soobin drawing things he shouldn't know about and Yeonjun with a burn mark he shouldn't have yet. These are signs that the magic is lingering but is not yet free. In the lyrics, the song says that once they pass the tunnel and open their eyes, their dreams become reality. And these lines may foreshadow the idea that the drawings and the wound are dream residue that anticipate the future reality of them going to the magic island. Taehyun here is the one triggering this transformation, but this adventure is a difficult one, especially for Yeonjun, who once again is the protagonist of the MV. This is because at this point we are seeing what leads him to acquiring the horns. His character is associated to a fire that the others are unable to put out, and the entire MV revolves around them trying to find a solution. On a general level, this symbolizes the importance of friendship and support in overcoming your difficulties, but in the plot, fire represents the magic awakening inside of them. Magic is something that belongs to their childhood, something that adulthood has repressed over time, but now it's coming back and they have to learn to control it. This is why they research about it and they break into the school at night. The fire is spreading and is causing damage. They are unable to put it out because they have to remember what it represents first. The scene in the pool perfectly conveys this idea. When the teasers came out, people were clowning Kai for entering the pool with socks on. But if you look at the pattern, it turns out that we are the only clown in the circus. The socks here have flames on them, because it's a visual representation of their attempt to put the fire out. The water here is much more important than it seems. Even if it's an element that's usually able to extinguish fire, we know that this fire is a magical one, so the water needs to be magical as well. The water in this scenario represents the flowing of time. In the song, the lyrics say that when the night is ending, they have to rewind the clock, and in the MV, this is exactly what happens in the pool. When they are playing, time is altered because water is triggering their memory. They are going back to their childhood, to the time where they played in the Magic Island. And once the connection is re-established, the island allows them back in. The scene in the forest is where their dreams become reality. A giant door sets itself on fire like it did in the beginning, but now they are allowing it to happen, because they understand what it is. They know that it's their power awakening, that it's the symbol of them coming home, and all of them are happy about it. All that is, except Taehyun, who is the one who finds the monster. This is the beginning of something dark taking place. By awakening the magic, they have awakened the possibility to be overpowered by it. And this is exactly what happens in Dream Chapter Star, where their physical transformations start to take place. Something that's important to address here is that by the end of the video, Yeonjun's wound is transferred to the doll. At first, the little monster has a big heart, but now it's patched up, which is something that could possibly confirm that their magic will take a darker turn. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!